Hey there, Internet. How are you guys doing today? So it is Monday, and I am here to answer some questions, and I'm also going to be giving away some Mavic gear. For those of you that don't know, the Mavic is my favorite drone currently on the market. Here it is in my hand, and basically it folds out. And voila, you have this amazing drone. Now, one thing that is an issue with this drone, you can see here's the camera on it, and you have a little gimbal guard right there. The issue with this is that when you're flying, you get sunlight, you sometimes get a sun glare, which is not really ideal for the footage you want to shoot. So my friend, Michael, over at Autodesk, printed me a whole bunch of different color sunshades. I asked him to print me one of these, just one. And he went ahead and printed out a whole bag with different colors. And he said, hey, maybe we could sell them, maybe you could just give them away. I don't think I could sell these, Michael, I'm sorry. But I am going to give them away for free to the first, I don't even know how many I have. The first, however many, I'm going to say, I'm just going to have to count them out really quick now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to hold on to this one just in case I need it. Oh hell, might as well give it away. 13. Giving away 13 of these sunshades for the Mavic. These things go for like 20, 30 bucks, I think, on Amazon. I'm going to give them away for free, and I'll also do free shipping. So first 13 people there, write a comment below in this YouTube video. Then private message with the address, and I'll send it out in the mail whenever I get a second. And you can even write what color you want. You see there are lots of different colors here. I would put this on top here, but I feel like it's going to scratch it. You can see tons of different colors here to choose from. Green, gold, silver, red, purple, blue. So definitely check that out. Write a comment, and yeah, the first 13 who get back to me and PM me with their address, you're going to get hooked up with a protective, cool little Mavic gear so you can get nice shots. Basically, yeah, the reason I brought this over, I was going to show you guys, basically just pops right on in there. And there you go. It's pretty badass. And yeah, I'm happy to be doing this contest. It's a little giveaway. I've had these things for a while, and it's just clutter in my apartment, I feel, so I figured just give it away. It feels good to do it. Doesn't cost a whole lot of shipping, so enjoy. And let other people know. If you don't have a drone, maybe your friend does. Let them know. Alright, so other things we're going to be tackling today. I'm going to be answering some questions, and yeah, might as well get to that. I got a couple questions that were emailed to me and Facebook messaged. If you have a question right now about 360 filmmaking, about VR, write me a comment below, and I'll try and respond to it either this episode or next time. Alright, so first question I'm going to answer comes from my friend Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer is a VR filmmaker she has a movie that's going to be premiering at the Cannes Film Festival coming up. Super exciting. Pfeiffer first introduced me to the Sub Pack, which is a vibrating backpack thing that you can use while watching VR content. She asked me about my new Views camera. She said, hey, have you been playing with the Views? To which I wrote back, yeah, I did some test shoots this weekend. What's up? She said, how long have you been able to record for? I hear that people are having an issue. Mine is powering off around 10 minutes. Okay, so this is definitely a concern to me. I bought this camera because I thought I could film for an hour. For those of you that don't know, the Views is a 3D camera, so it has 8 lenses on there. count them, 8, and basically it records 3D content. This is the main reason I got this camera. It does 4K resolution, 30 frames, 3D. I have other cameras that can do the same thing, but not in 3D. So I mainly got this for the 3D feature. I hear it is a great 3D camera as well because of the multiple lenses that it uses. Alright, so you pop your card in. Earlier this weekend, I thought I was going to do some filming and I did not have my card in. I had formatted it and it was erased with the firmware, so I couldn't do that much test shooting. But I'm going to do a test for Pfeiffer right now. See if we can record for over 10 minutes while I'm doing the rest of this Q&A. Give me 1 sec. Lens cloth. Alright, so I got a question about what is the best 3D camera. This one came from, oh god, I'm going to butcher this person's name. Jacques Yao at Hotmail. They ask, I've been looking for a reliable 3D 360 camera for a while. Do you have any recommendations? I was looking at the Canado Obstinate camera at CES. I haven't heard anything about that camera, I can't really say. But what I can tell you about is this Views camera and the benefits that I've seen with it and also some of the downsides. Major benefit is the price. Only $800. That's a pretty good price for a 4K camera. Never mind a 4K 3D camera. That's almost unheard of elsewhere in the market. So it makes me wonder, are there other issues? So major downsides of this camera, I'd say, are the fact that the lenses don't have any protection at all. So I feel very dangerous whenever I'm taking this thing out or filming with it, that the lenses will get scratched. There are 8 of them, so that is pretty scary to deal with. Alright, so now we're going to put this on the tripod. Ways that I recommend doing this is you put the camera flat, and then you take the tripod and just make it go around it. Make the mountain come to Muhammad, not vice versa. Alright. There we are, almost screwed in. Alright, so now we're going to see if we can record with this for over 10 minutes. And I'm making sure all my lenses are good. Alright, let's do it. This has a pretty good battery life. I believe I just recently charged it. So you turn it on, it blinks, and then it's going to go solid. Did you guys hear that? That is actually my smart meter outside making that noise. It's crazy. Oh, it just got quiet again. Alright, so then it goes solid, and then you just hit the record button. Ease of use on this thing is amazing. Alright, so we're going to time it. It's 4:11 right now. We'll see where we are in 10 minutes. So 4:21. We'll see where it is. Just going to put it right there. Alright, so yeah. Please, folks, get back to me on these. I hope that we already got some comments in here from people. It's a great gift if you have a friend who has a drone. You can give this to them. I'm giving it to you for free, and you can pass along to your friend as like a birthday gift. They'll have no idea. They'll have no idea. So reach out to me about that. I'm gonna put these, and I'm serious. Like I have the mailers. I'm ready to mail these like tomorrow. So please write a comment. I really want to see some interaction on this YouTube channel. Alright, so basically, so yeah, that's my basic so basically that's my takeaways. This camera's pretty much the best 3D 360 camera that I've seen on the market right now for the price. That being said, if you go up in price, you're going to get a better quality product. But it's only going to increase slightly. Right now, I think 4K is where it's at. If you can do higher res, that'd be better, you know. But overall, I think it's better frame rate that you want to go for. 4K res is great right now at 30 frames. It would be better if it was shot at 60 frames or 120 frames. Right now, there is the Insta360 Pro, which is around $3,500, and that can shoot 100 frames. That's pretty good. I don't know if I can do 100 frames in 3D, but that's the main question I would be asking them if I was at NAB right now. In fact, I might text my buddy Brenton, who's over there, to see what's going on in Vegas. But I'm going to do that after this video. Unless he's watching it right now. He might be watching it, in which case it saves me a message. Alright, so let's continue on with the answers, or the questions. So I got back to that person, got back to Pfeiffer. Alright, next message, 3 days ago. Hi Kevin, I saw your channel where you focus on 360 videos. Yep, that's my YouTube channel. Check it out. Please subscribe. Would you advise buying a Zcam S1 for real estate virtual tours? And considering low light, is there a better option to go for? I'm new into the field. My company, dachusocial.co.ke, and I'd like to get a camera that's portable and preferably has live stitching. Alright, so Nashon Diaz. I would, if for what you're talking about low light, live stitching, or are you talking about auto stitching? Because those are two things. If you want to go live online like I am right now on this YouTube channel, I would recommend another camera. I have not been able to go live with the Zcam S1 yet. That being said, I think it's a great low light level camera. I think it picks up great. I did filming at night with fire dancers, did wonderful. But there are also better cameras out there if you're willing to spend more money. Zcam price range, $3,000. Better camera that can do better low light would be the A7 rig, which you can get 4 of, and that's around like $10,000, $12,000, and you could film the stars at night with that camera. Downsides, you're gonna have to stitch that footage all by yourself. Upsides to the Zcam is that it has stitching software. Downsides, you need to have a PC. You can't do it with your Mac, or you need to learn how to boot camp your Mac, which I haven't had success with yet. So that's sort of my recommendation on the Zcam. I think it's a great camera, but you also need to get all these other accessories too. So if you want something simple, it seems like you're a first-time 360 user, I would recommend going with another camera, such as maybe the Kodak 4K camera, which you can do an auto stitch with that. If you want to do live streaming, the Orbit, which is coming out or is now available at NAB. Other options are the Insta360 Nano, which I'm using right now, which plugs into a phone that does 3K resolution. Doesn't do great low light level, but you can play with the exposure, so that's a nice option. But overall, I would say it all depends what you're filming. What type of real estate? Are you going to turn the lights on in the house? If you are, then you don't really need to do great low light level. You don't really need a great low light level camera. So that's sort of my takeaway from your question. So I hope that answered it. Don't go through there, Marlon. Sorry about that. Oh no, he's trying to sabotage everything. He's even getting in the stitch line. Come on, move it, move it. Alright, so it's at 4:16. The camera is still going. We're going to see if this thing is going to turn off within 10 minutes. I only really had 3 questions lined up, but I'll answer another one that I get a lot. This other question is, hey Kevin, I'm really into virtual reality filmmaking. You know, I see you do a daily video. How much time and effort goes into creating your daily 360 video in comparison with a standard video? And to that, I would say this. When you are filming in virtual reality or 360 film, you are recording almost 3 times as much footage. You have 3 different areas that you can project text in. And if you're in a headset, you'd be able to see it. Pretty much 3. If you're shooting in 4K resolution, you're thinking that's 3 times as much footage in 4K. It's tons and tons of gigabytes. It's terabytes upon terabytes. And it really does take a lot of extra time because you have to stitch that footage together, which thereby equals even more footage. You have to then edit that footage, which takes longer time. You have to then export that footage. You have to compress that footage. You have to hold that footage if you want to sell it later. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. What do you want? What do you want? You want dinner right now? Look at this little one. He's so needy. He's so needy. He's biting me too. He's a little nibbler. A little nibbler over here. So I'm going to check the YouTube video right now and see if there are any question comments that people have written in that I can answer on the spot right now. As I put my Mavic away. Alright, come on. Come on. Get off the table. Get off the table. Alright, so I'm going to go to the YouTube video, and this will also be a test just to see how well it streams when it's live. I never have a chance to check in on these things. It's not bad. Oh shoot, I got a question right here. Mark Streeter, question. How did mounting the Views camera on the gimbal recently work out? I'm interested in buying the gimbal you were connecting it to. However, the video was cut short. Mark, that's a great question. I felt that the gimbal worked perfectly fine with it. I fixed the gimbal. I bought it. I have it right over here. So I think it ended up working great. Here's exactly how I did the weights on it, Mark, so you can see exactly which side and exactly where it is. Weird, I hear myself talking in there now. So yeah, it ended up working fine at VRLA. I was able to walk around with it. I don't have the footage. I have the footage, but I don't have a PC to be able to do the stitching. So Pfeiffer and Brenton both have that, and they supposedly are going to send me the exports, which I'll post on YouTube, and I'll try and get on that post-haste for you. But I recommend buying it. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. The one I just happened to get at first was defective. It was a bit of a lemon. But this one does work great, and I can put it on there and walk around. So yeah, that's my plan, and that is actually a friend of mine is planning to use these together for an upcoming shoot, because I think they go good together. It holds the weight. The one feature I haven't been able to figure out is time-lapse on Views. I haven't figured out time-lapse on the Views either. Usually what I do with time-lapse, I just take the whole thing. I take like a full 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however long. And what's great about having the auto-stitch feature on these cameras is that it will do it the same pretty much every time. So you can just stitch each of those 10-minute clips, because every 10 minutes, regardless of pretty much every camera you're working with, it breaks it off into a new clip every 10 minutes. I would just take each of those and then stitch it out, and you have a whole hour time lapse you can get. Or you can plug in the extra power and go for even longer. But in order to do that, you would need to get a bigger memory card. I think the biggest they told me is a 256. I did a whole interview with the Views guy at VRLA that I will post online soon. Any thoughts on the GoPro Fusion announcement? I have not heard about this. Let me take a look at this. I will say that for 2 weeks I had a product manager at GoPro come in and guest teach my advanced virtual reality filmmaking class at Academy of Art, and he didn't say anything to me, you know, that's against the law in terms of, you know, stock manipulation, anything like that. But I kept asking. I was like, so GoPro's got an all-in-one camera coming. Is it coming? And sure enough, here it is. Ready camera, all-in-one. 6 VR-ready cameras, all-in-one. I had a feeling this was coming. It's funny, they just announced it. I'm just hearing about it through this YouTube video. So here, I'll read it to everyone. I'll show you guys on here. I guess if I lower the exposure, that looks better. There we go. Okay, GoPro's new Fusion fuses 6 VR cameras into one. This is Adam Mark from High Snobberty. I've never heard of this website, but anywho, it's the first one that popped up. Marketed as the tech giant's first ever spherical recording device, GoPro has launched a new pilot program for its latest 5.2K 30 VR ready camera. The new device will capture fully immersive virtual reality as well as conventional recorded material and quality far exceeding that of any GoPro product so far. This is the camera we've been waiting for. I am so excited about this. I'm definitely going to be emailing folks there and try and get my hands on it. I have a project, a passion project that I'm going to be working on. It's a documentary fused with like a narrative, and I'm looking for pretty much like the highest end camera to shoot this thing on because it's sort of a once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't want to say too much about it. It's an original idea that I have that I'm applying for grants right now, but it's truly unique and original. So I'm going to contact them right now. Thank you for pointing this out. I mean, this is what I've been saying all along. It's like they need to make a camera that takes everything that's great about the Omni, but simplifies it and basically says we're going to put it all into one. You're going to hit one button and it's going to hit record to everything, which the Omni sort of did, but you had all these different batteries. I like the idea of one battery. The View says one battery, one card. Some people would say one card is a bad idea because then you compress everything down from all 8 of these cameras into one. One nice thing about the Z-Cam is that you have 4 cards, so you're able to get greater quality footage out of it. That camera can shoot up to 6K resolution. Something else I didn't mention to the real estate person earlier, that question. So yeah, I'm excited about this camera. I need to really read more into it, but thank you Dirt Race Off-Road for mentioning that. My thoughts on it are that I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna reach out to them and try and get my hands on one. All right, 4:24 and it is still recording. It is not turned off. It is past the 10-minute mark. I'm just gonna see how long I can go with it. I also wonder if I were to plug in power to this, would that help it go for longer? I imagine so. Might as well do it. I also might as well mention while on here my battery power of choice is these XT Power. These things are just great. I like them because when you turn them on you can see how much battery life you have, and if you're far away from your camera you can see it slowly deplenishing. You can see that, you know, go down to 1. That's a nice feature, especially on cameras that don't tell you their battery life in any other way. So I believe if I just pop this open here, so it's been past 10 minutes, Pfeiffer. Now I'm going to plug in the extra power. We'll see really how long this thing can go. Oh shit. I caused it to turn off by doing that. I'm sorry, Pfeiffer. I'll do another test right now. We'll see if we can go for longer. Don't fuck with that. Damn. I don't know what's going on. It won't turn back on. So yeah, I have experienced a little bit of like, you know, back and forth with this camera in terms of like getting everything to work exactly how I want it to. So basically you turn the power button on, it blinks, and then it beeps, and then it should be good. But then I hit the record button and nothing's going down. Yo, views folks watching. Why is this not turning on? Is it not able to take a charge and also record at the same time? If so, it's really gonna bum me out. I'm already starting to get sad thinking about it. This camera had so much going for it, and now it's disappointing me. Alright, well let's just see. Maybe it's something else. At least it went for over 10 minutes. That's a good thing. Alright, so we're about 25 minutes into this vlog. I've recorded a little over 50 minutes of video on the views with the included 64GB card. It says Mark Streeter. Excellent. Thank you, Mark, for that update. That's without any external energy source. You can take a charge and record at the same time. I've done that as well. Maybe it's the cord I'm using? I don't know. There are a number of factors that can come into play, but now I'm certainly interested how I can get this to plug in and go for longer. So my whole thing is I love time lapse and 360, so I really want to do that more. So if I plug it in, all right, it's getting a charge. Turn it on. They're using a dual lens system on the GoPros, is what you're saying. They're Dirty Rice off-road. I'll need to look into this. I think the dual lens system is a good idea because it's like you have, you know, sort of two 180 zones that people mainly watching. You know, you're either looking that way or you're turned all the way around, and you get some out of the peripheral. I don't know. I can't seem to get it to turn on with the power going to it. Maybe it's this XT power source that I was just saying. I love this power source, and that could be a factor. It might not be giving it enough power. Or I might need to go directly in using using the one that was given to me. Let me try that really quick, guys. Give me 1 sec. Views power. Where did I put you? I feel like I had the power to this views thing. Just oh, there it is. Okay. Gotta get creative, folks. Gotta get creative. All right. So ideally, what I'd like to do is take this giant battery. Then using the official Human Eyes or Views power cable, plug that into here, power this on, and now see if we can power the camera on. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, there we go. By the way, one thing I gotta say about this camera, I love this like freaking tripod that transforms into a selfie stick. Isn't that genius? Whoever came up with that design, give them a raise. That was amazing. All right. Even with it plugged in here, still getting nothing. It doesn't want to record for me. Oh, there we go. Got it to record. It's getting extra power. Sending the extra power to it. It's recording. It is 4:31. We'll just take this into, you know, 440 and we'll see where it goes. Alright, set this bad boy back up. Wish there was a way I could hide this thing better. I'll take it. Yeah, anyone who's using the views, how are you hiding your cord? Are you just getting a certain type of cord that you can connect that to and then it hides better? I know there are certain cords that people have told me about, but I'm not sure the exact type that I want to get yet for that. It needs to be a micro USB, but there's like a certain one I'm looking for that then like goes immediately around and then you can just plug the wire in there. I need to look into it. One other thing I can talk about while this is doing its little test is this new helmet that I got for my electric skateboard. slash bicycle. So this helmet, I think, is a really smart idea. I think a lot of people are going to start to invest in these. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's called a morpher. A morpher. See it right there, morpher. And why it's called the morpher, Marlo even wants it. Marlo, how about you be background? You just be background decoration. So the reason it's called the morpher is because you can actually fold the helmet up. So you see here now it's all folded. This would be great for fitting in my backpack. And then when you're ready to go skating, you can just fold it out and it essentially morphs into a helmet. And I don't think it looks too bad. It doesn't look ridiculous. I initially was going to get straight black, and they were saying it's taking forever. So I ended up co-opting for this one, which is called like Skittle or M&M colored. But basically it's like a helmet that you can just fold up, put in your backpack, and then you can go to the farmer's market and do whatever stuff you need to do. It's a really smart idea. I really hope this company does well in terms of their sales. I backed them on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. I can't remember which one. But check them out. Morpher. Pretty cool little concept. And then basically you just pop this back into your holding case right here, and it's good to go. So yeah, I have instructions for this thing. I don't really need instructions. It's not really an instruction necessary device. What you do have to do, though, is cut this piece off with the scissors. There you go. Alright, where would be a good spot to put this? I could put this in my trunk. I don't know if that's the best spot for it. How about I just put it where I would usually go get my stuff? I'll put it with my motorcycle helmet. It's like the smartest idea. Look at that. Almost takes up like half the size of the motorcycle helmet. And I'll put it right down there. Oh, it almost blends in. There we are. Perfect. And this can be recycled. Alright, I'm tired of hearing Marlo whine, so it's time to feed the cat. And I'll also check in on any comments you guys have. Continuing Mark Struder's comments here. And this is without external energy source. You can take a charge and record at the same time. They've done that. One time I had an issue with those lights was when I had to set it up and all the lights on top of the app. Not to say there haven't been bugs. There have been a couple shared with the Views team and gotten some feedback. Yeah, the Views team has been great with feedback. I'm supposed to be one of the first people to get their Mac beta software, so I'm excited. As soon as I get the Mac beta, I'll let you guys know how easy it is to stitch. I'm going to feed this one. Our test is still going on here. Can you guys see it blinking here? You want me to move you guys over a little bit so you can see better? Might as well change the perspective up a little bit. Scoot you guys over. So are you guys able to see this right here blinking? Maybe if I move this too. Shift it over just slightly. You guys see that blinking light? You can't see it, can you? And move this over. Now you see the blinking light. It's kind of hard to make out, but that light right there, that blinking light right there, is our record button. So we'll keep it, we'll find out how good it is. So me and Marlo always play this game where he tries to eat the food before I can put it in his plate. And I always try and get the food onto his plate before he can eat it. He's really good at this game. I'm really bad at it. Yeah, he clearly wins every time. It's not really as much of a game as much as Marlo just saying, nope, I'm going to eat whenever I want and devour the food. God, he's ferocious. Look at him, just devouring. He just leaves scraps of it in his wake. Alright, here you go. Come on, Jim. Alright, so that is pretty much my Q&A video for today. Please get at me about these Mavic DJI drone sun reflectors, sun blockers. These things are great, and I am giving them away. I am mailing them anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world for free to the first 13 people who write to me. Last question. I have to run off. Any recommendation for viewing 360 videos on the Vive or Rift? It would seem that watching videos on either would be simple, but I've had no luck with Vive. Vive, I believe, has a YouTube player, a YouTube app, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me. What I have been personally using to demo whenever I'm at an event and I'm demoing with a cardboard or I'm demoing with a Medio headset, I always use Vimeo. Because Vimeo allows you to download it locally, so you don't have to use Wi-Fi or a cell network. You're just playing the video in 4K res, and they're watching it back. But I think that the Vive should have an app. I'm not an expert, but hopefully other people on this YouTube channel can chime in and might have a recommendation for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the live YouTube commenters. Especially, I really appreciate those comments, especially the person who let me know about that GoPro. I'm so excited about that. I'm going to tell my buddy at NAB, like, look for that thing. He has my other Insta360, so he'll be recording it. Tune in to my next live stream video, which will be Thursday at the Berkeley protest. A lot of you don't know about the situation right now. Currently, Berkeley has been like a hotbed of protests, ranging from, in February, there was the Milo Yiannopoulos protest over the speaker who wanted to come and talk about a lot of varying things that were controversial. People came, protested, lit fires, some people got hurt. It got very violent. I posted about it. It's actually my first Insta360 video. So you can check that one out in my YouTube channel. Then a couple weeks after that, there was another protest that happened in the park during the daytime. I recorded this with the Insta, captured a couple fights. It was pretty brutal, so I didn't stay around for long. The last one happened a weekend ago, 2 weekends ago, and I was not here. I was at VRLA. So I wasn't able to film that. I have a student of mine who actually recorded it in 360 though. You can check out his YouTube video. But I am going to be at this one on Thursday. So if you tune in, I think it's around this time it's going to be happening. I'm not 100% certain yet. I will be there recording live out in the field. Hopefully it won't get too violent. But this is a protest that has to do with this speaker. Her name is skipping me right now. Ann Coulter, yeah, Ann Coulter. She's pretty much like a pundit. She has said things like, you know, not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslims, which is incredibly racist, and just it seems like something you'd hear in like Germany in the 1940s, like. No, not all terrorists are Muslims. Some terrorists happen to be Christian. Some terrorists happen to be Jewish. Some terrorists happen to believe in no religion. That's probably why they're doing it. You can't really say you're truly a religious, peaceful person if you are a terrorist. I mean, I think those two things are completely different. So you should never lump together religion and terrorism. Those two things are completely different from each other. And so that alone has made me think this person is kind of a little too crazy to speak in Berkeley. And Berkeley's got tons of crazy people. My cat's using the bathroom, by the way, if you hear that noise. Berkeley's got tons of crazy people, but I personally don't think this person should speak in Berkeley. Not because I disagree with their opinions on anything. I think any person should be able to spew whatever craziness they want to the public, but I think they shouldn't speak because it's going to incite violence. And already there are people who are going to be bussed in and flying into Berkeley to protest the protesters. So you have two different sides. You have people who are extremely militant, usually veterans or folks who just like, have had criminal records, and they tend to be the freedom of speech crew. That's what they stand behind. That we're with the freedom of speech. This person can say whatever they want, and we're not going to let these Nazi prevent them from doing that. And then on the other side, you have the anti-fa or anti-fascist group, which are really anarchists. They're in many ways just as fascist as these folks who are fascists. But overall, I would say both groups are extremely violent, and when they get together, they clash. And if having this person speak or now not speak in Berkeley is going to cause these groups to fight again, I really don't think it's a smart idea. But, that's what some of these people want. This person obviously wants publicity. She sells books. That's her living. And so, there's going to be something that's going to happen on Thursday, and I'm going to document it with my 360 camera. So you can see full transparency on what's going on. I'm not really able to edit it because I'm live streaming. It's whatever I capture in the moment. So it's the most unbiased way to capture news and journalism on these different events. I would say that's the best way to do it. I hope I don't get attacked. I'm going to maybe wear a helmet. This last one, people were putting M80s in bottles and they were exploding. There were fireworks going off. But then there were also, people getting hit in the head with bike locks. There were people who were, clearly coming there to start a fight on both sides. And I don't think that's what protest is about. I think if you want to, practice free speech, you can do so. I think if you want to protest someone's speech, you should do so, but you should do so non-violently. And I know there's going to be violence there on Thursday, so I hope I don't get hurt. I hope friends of mine don't get hurt. I hope people don't get hurt in general. But I'm going to go there to document this because I think it's my duty as a journalist, as a resident of Berkeley. And I hope that the police are a lot more vigilant this time and a lot more active. In the recent protests you've seen, the police have not really played much of a role. So if there's one bad side to all of this, I would say it's our law enforcement in Berkeley could be doing a lot more. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and check out some of my other 360 videos and tutorials. Thank you again. This guy's still going. It is 4:45, so it has been going for well over 10 minutes. I think it will go well over 20 minutes if I leave it. We'll just see. We'll wait. But I'm going to turn this off. So thanks again for watching. How was your dinner, Marla? You have a good dinner?